Are we all back or did we all freeze up? I'm not sure. I just want to check.
I am here.
All right.
I know, but this is going.
I'm here.
This is almost like 11 o'clock at night.
All right, Terry, you're
10:40.
back. That means, see, everybody else is back. Okay. All right. Oh, let's. Second. All right. So board action items. Thank you, public, to whoever's still out there for your tremendous amount of patience. All right, so for board action, item number 1, amendment to the 2020-2021 school calendar. Are there any questions about this? Okay. Are there any questions about number 2, community engagement and communications committee membership? Okay. Any questions about number 3? Any questions about?
Do we have that amended?
Yes. Any questions about number 4, curriculum contract? Okay. Any questions about PPS? Well, usually no questions, but anything about PPS committee recommendations? Okay, we're now to D, review agenda items for the next meeting. So again, we have our minutes. Right. We also have, I'm sorry, guys. Right. We also have our board policy. Again, you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. Any questions? Any questions on the treasurer's report for October? The warrant report for October. Curriculum contract play patterns, LLC. Curriculum contract for UPK child care centers. Okay. PPS contract, Mercy College. PPS contract, sale outreach services. Okay. PPS contract, Nina Sturmer. PPS contract, Therapeutic Horizons. Okay, so now we are at our E, closing items, approval for sections B and C. Okay, so let's see. So there are some agenda amendments. We have amendments to this evening's agenda for instructional personnel items. Item C4, the appointment of the TSPT advisor is removed, and the spelling of one of the National Junior Honor Society advisors has been corrected to read blank, BLENK. For board action item C3, the resolution is amended to read a maximum of 45 hours ending January 15, 2021, subject to and in accordance with a contract to be negotiated between and approved between the board and Mary O'Neill. As far as section B, instructional personnel items, is there a motion to approve the instructional personnel items presented to the board for approval this evening?
So moved.
As amended.
As amended. Now, David.
So moved.
Second.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Bless you. Any opposed?
Opposed.
Okay. Any abstentions? Okay. Board action item, instructional personnel items. I'm sorry. No, I read that already. I believe it did. No, I'm sorry. Section B, instructional personnel items. Is there a motion to approve the instructional personnel? I'm sorry. Ivy is.
You did that one already.
I did that one.
Section
Okay,
C,
good.
we're gonna have to.
All right.
One item.
Section C, board action items. Is there a motion to approve the board action items presented to the board for approval this evening with the exception of item C3, which shall be voted upon separately?
So moved.
So moved.
All right. All those in favor?
I think we got a second.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Terry. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, that motion carries. All right, now, is there a motion to approve board action item C3 presented to the board for approval this evening
As amended.
as amended?
So moved.
So
Wait a
moved.
minute. Where are we anyway?
We're on
I'm
C3.
over here by Woodman. high school vestibule. Am I supposed to be there?
Right now, Miss Carey, we're just going through we're in section B. We're going through the approvals. And then we're gonna go to well, we're in section C2, and then we'll eventually get to the playgrounds. We're not there yet.
I think
All right.
we're on C3, right?
Yes.
As amended.
Yes.
I think that's what Ms. Carey was asking about.
Yes, we're at C3.
So move.
All right, so I heard so move. Is there a second?
Second.
Second, okay. Ivy, please take a roll call vote.
On the motion to approve item C3 as amended, Dr. Dragic,
Yes.
Mr. Warner,
Yes.
Mr. Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Pineda,
Yes.
Ms. Mears,
No.
Ms. Carey,
No.
Ms. Darden Cintron.
Yes.
Motion is carried.
Okay, so now we're finished with that. Now we are going into
What did I vote no on before?
Instructional personnel.
All of B. You voted no on all of B.
all of B, the instructional personnel items.
I want to rescind that no to yes, because I got confused.
Okay.
Time for me to get confused, you know.
Okay. Ivy, I see Ivy taking notes on that. Okay. Dr. Chase, were you planning to say anything at all?
So first, I want to thank the board for accepting my recommendation to provide consultancy work to the business office. It is definitely much needed work. I believe this approval from the board members who voted yes, I believe that this approval will help bridge the gap in the business office for when we do hire the interim assistant superintendent for business, just to make sure that the community understands. The district did engage in the hiring process. We will hopefully bring a finalist to the board. We are pretty much at the final round, and so we hope to bring a finalist to the board, and hopefully the board will accept the recommendation. That person who will assume that role will be working with our former assistant superintendent for business, Mary O'Neill, in a consultancy manner. But until that person is approved, there are some outstanding matters in the business office that need to be rectified. And so we're very happy to have someone who knows the district and knows the business office to do this work. So once again, I thank the board, all of you, for your support in this area.
All right, thank you, Dr. Chase. Okay, so now, Tracy?
Yes. So with regard to consultants, are each consultants held to certain guidelines for their role? So I'm looking at a previous consultancy agreement, and the services are pretty detailed and spelled out. And so I'm just wondering, and maybe it's a question for our attorney, when it comes to consultants and the scope of their role and the scope of their services, how is that spelled out?
It depends very much on what it is. So if you have a consultant working, for example, with your students with disabilities, it would say, it might say to provide speech services very generally. It really depends on what the consultant is going to do. So this, what the board voted on tonight would be reduced to a contract, and the scope of those services would be embedded in the contract.
Right.
And that's why it's subject to a contract.
And so how would I find out the scope of these services?
I would say when you, I'm sorry, Carol, go ahead.
So I believe that what Dr. Chase just shared with the board and the community is the scope of the services. My understanding.
I just heard that.
Hold on, Tracy, let Carol finish. Go ahead, Carol.
So my understanding of what the scope of services is to provide some support in the transition period to get whatever reports or information needs to be delivered right now, and to have somebody working on that, and then going forward to have some overlap perhaps with whoever is hired to be the interim person. But if, as far as more specific details, that's something that Dr. Chase would be able to provide.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so as far as number 2, as far as the playgrounds, I know, to my understanding, Dr. Chase, that no formal vote is needed already, because it's already budgeted. And Principal Simone and Director Mail, they weighed in on their selections. So I think we're good, unless anyone has something else to say. But the principal and the director has shared their input. Okay, hearing none, I'm going to move forward also with the Woodlands Middle High School vestibule as well. Again, the board months ago had asked the principal, Smith, and his team to share their thoughts, and they have done that. And so they've selected, and people may not remember it at this point, but they've selected him and his team, Principal Smith and his team selected number 2. To my understanding, BBS is still working on any costs with any suggested changes possibly to the design. So again, here, this is going to be taken care of through the New York State Smart Schools Bond Act. So we're going to move forward. We had the building administration weigh in, and BBS is working on any changes that may need to happen as well.
Good.
All right.
Okay.
Hearing none, do we have any new business? Terry?
If after the new business discussion, are we going to adjourn?
Yes.
The only reason I bring it up like that is I thought there was another item that's executive session that we were going to discuss tonight. It's personnel related, so I don't want to say. It was subject, we received an email from you, I believe.
All right, so then do we go back in exec session for?
Well, look, it's late. I'm just.
You received it from me, Terry?
I believe I did. I believe we did. I mean, I don't think I'm that special that I just got the email from you alone. I'd like to think I am, but I'm not fooling myself. If you just check, I think I could be wrong, but there was another item. And I'm going to look it up too for the date.
I sent a few things today. Let me see. And Terry, you're saying I sent this today?
No, not today. Before the last before this meeting. I could be wrong. You know what? Oh, wait.
Yeah, point me to it, Terry.
Okay, so if you check on Wednesday, November 25th at 12:26 p.m., you sent an email to us that is personnel related, that you said we will have a brief discussion regarding this matter at our next meeting, was your last sentence.
All right, I believe I see it.
Sorry, what was the time?
It's November
12,
12:25. Mine says, Terry says 12:26. So or just around that time. We'd have to have a second executive session.
Okay, so is it for
It's
personnel matters?
10:57 though. It is a personnel matter.
Okay.
26?
I thought we already took consensus on that.
No, it's still we didn't. It's still open. But it is 10:57. I think I'd like to either.
You know what? I think we just need to take care of it. I'm exhausted. But I think we need to just deal with it now.
Okay, is there any new business at all? Okay, hearing none. I'm gonna make a motion to go back into executive session. And then we have to come back out and adjourn the meeting. Dr. Chase, you, well, I have to, Dr. Reynolds, you are free to go if you'd like. No, you are definitely free to go. Amy, you are free to go as well. Everybody else will go back into executive session.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Dr. Reynolds.
Have
Good
a
night.
good night.
Good night.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night. All right. So can I get a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
You need the reason.
I'm sorry, to go into
Oh.
executive session to discuss the employment history of a particular person.
So moved.
Is there a second? I didn't hear it. I'm sorry. Ashley, is that you?
Yes, second.
Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Terry, I didn't hear you say aye.
He's taking a break.
Okay. Thank you. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay. Laser and Ivy and Steve, I'm putting you back into the waiting room. You did get a warning this time. At least I think so. Okay, so we are at new business. Terry, you said you had an item?
Yes, two things. They're tied into one thing. So, did we receive a final advertisement brochure from the search consultant? Because I have heard from some community members who said they've seen it and had some comments about it, and I could not claim to have seen it. Obviously, I saw the draft one, and I did not. I searched my email under your name as well as Ray and Associates, and nothing came up. And secondly, as I understand it, but I don't know this for a fact since I didn't see it, but it lists the superintendent's salary at $260,000. Excuse me. And so I'm wondering how we came up with that number, because again, I remember we had a we had Ivy go out and look at the surrounding districts and districts of like size to get some numbers, but I don't recall a discussion that centered on or that fell upon or determined that we would offer a salary of $260,000.
We did have, if my recollection, we did have a conversation about it, and I think part of it was we just needed a number to put out there, and that it's negotiable. It depends on experience, qualifications, and all of those things. So it's not something like, hey, 260, and that's like
Okay.
the point or the ending point. So they discussed that with us, and that's why it says subject to qualifications and
Okay. And so when did the final ad or brochure, I don't know what they called it, when did that go out, or can we have a copy of that, because I don't recall seeing it. I didn't get I'm sorry, Ivy has her hand up, so go ahead.
I emailed to the board on November 25th.
Oh, okay.
This morning.
I didn't look under your name, of course. All right, thank you, Ivy. That was it, Antoinette.
All right. Is there any other new business? Hearing none, can I get a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Moved.
Second.
Oh, wait.
Yeah,
Ivy, the one that I see here.
The motion's already there.
Okay, all right. No, never mind. Some people get to talk for 30 minutes on stuff when they lose something, but I just have a question about something. I get it.
Bring it
Thank
up
you.
every meeting when you lose something.
Yeah, you're the biggest loser.
Oh,
Why, little baby.
Wow.
One, please. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? The motion carries. You guys, it is 11:39. Please have a good night. Thank you to the community members that rode it all the way till this hour. Thank you so much, and have a good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.